I know. I know. Juicy topic, right? Let's jump right into it. So, ladies, don't worry. This is a two-headed episode, so we got a whole episode for the men. But right now, you see right now, we're going to jump in. And we're going to just give three simple examples. Now, there's multiple examples. I probably have a part two to this. But we're going to start off with the three examples on why and how you would know. Are you a wife? Or are you just looking for a husband? Let's go. Okay, so sit down. Let's have a little moment. I want you to sit down and I want you to think. When you think about your husband, do you think about the impact you would have in his life or the impact he would have in yours? Don't rush. This is not a rush. We're not rushing through this video. I want you to stop and think. Do you think about how you're going to hold that man's head on your chest, nurture him when he is weak at his weakest moments? Do you think about putting your priorities to the side and putting your passion to the side and putting your desires to the side? Do you think about understanding the humility that comes with being a man's wife? Do you think about cooking for him? When you think about marriage, do you think about how you would make your husband smile or how he would make you happy? I think that is the clearest and the number one way to know your perspective on whether you are a wife or whether you just out here looking for a husband. Now, let me say this to y'all. The ones that's looking for the husband but are not a wife, I'm just here to let you know that is a tough thing to accomplish. Finding a husband and you not being a wife means that you may not be finding the type of husband you're looking for. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it starts with working on you and knowing if you're a wife. Now, take another moment. Again, don't rush through this. When you're in a relationship, got a little 6 months going in, you and him kicking it, y'all dating. Do you find yourself thinking about the changes that he needs to make? Do you find how he gets on your nerve and you just feel like if he just changed that, he would be fine? You ever been in a relationship and you feel like, I love him, but only if he was to continue to do these things, because if he wasn't, I don't know. Do you think about him and his flaws and the changes he needs to make and his shortcoming more than yours? I know accountability is kind of one of those things that we're going to run from, but not today. Not today. Not for these 5 minutes. We're going to take accountability. We're going to ask ourselves these questions because, again, ladies, I'm here to help. This is how you find the husband, is by making sure that your mind is in wife and right position. Now, last but not least, and definitely not least, does God guide your decision or does your desire and desires? When you think about a husband, do you think about your desires? Or do you think about the role that God is ordaining and assigning to you as a wife? When you make decisions on whether you should marry someone, I'm about to hit a nerve on this one. When you make a decision about if you're going to marry someone, is God the reason why? Are you using God as your guideline? Do you pray? Do you ask him to put the right man in your life? Or is the right man based on your desires? You're answering these questions. I don't got to hear you. I don't need no comments, even though you could put a comment. You are answering these questions right now in your head as I ask you. So now, I don't know, and I'm not judging, but in those questions and in those comparisons, if you find yourself thinking one way, then you know that you are looking for a husband. But if you find yourself thinking another way, in those comparisons, in those same examples, then you know you are a wife. And if you're not, well, then also you know what now to do. Now you know what perceptions to have and what perceptions to not have. Now you know what mindset to have and what mindset to not have if you're looking for a husband. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've reached this far, like, subscribe, comment, send to a friend. Do it all. It takes nothing and it costs nothing. Amen? Let's do it. Part 2 coming up next. Men, you're not out the water. Men, hey, hello, you're not out the water. I got some stuff for you too. Let's do it.